Long way, get this shit a long way, this shit a long way. Long way, hit the long way, 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 shit, long way, long shit, long way, long way, long way, long way, long way, long way, shit a long way. Gotta get the shit a long way, get the shit a long way, gotta get the shit a long way, gotta get the shit a long way, get the shit a long way. She don't really understand, man. Gotta know what she don't really understand, man. Gotta get a meal, but she don't understand. She be tripping every day, she be tripping every way. But I gotta get this shit a long way, tryna get money every single way, tryna get money every single day, get money every single way, every day. Every day we gotta get paid, every day we gotta get paid, I'm feeling like we be the new slave, no we gotta finish rich, no we gotta finish rich, got a new bitch, she don't understand, she don't understand, niggas gotta get rich, she don't understand, sometimes we got hit lit, no we ain't hit lit, tryna get the long way, tryna get this shit the long way, Coach is tryna wrap up a entree, told you the other day that did my phone strong, we gon' shoot the long way, we gon' get the long way, get the shit the long way, my bitch be trippin' back and forth like a phone way, my name is Tori, I ain't playing games, so I'm done talking, that she told me that she about to leave, I said fuck it bitch, we gon' get some money, I said fuck it bitch, I'm about to get some money, so what I do today, I want to get some money, we gon' get this shit the long way, we gon' get shit the long way, back and forth like the pong way, man, I'ma get this shit the long way, get this shit the long way, just the only way today, because they go with shit's crazy, we gotta wear a mask, we the new slaves, and we be wearing this shit like every day, we be okay, we gon' be okay, they gon' be okay, they gon' be okay, for so we gon' get this shit the long way, we gon' get this shit the long way, we gon' get this shit the long way, we get shit the long way, cause we gon' be okay, we gon' be okay, we get the long way,
Hey, what's up, everybody? Hello, let me make sure I am testing. All right, good. What's up, everybody? Long time no see. Welcome. If you're new to the channel, my name is LJ Young, the founder of SMD. And SMD is a place where I share my gift. And my gift is that I know capitalism is psychological, split into two parts. No, just psychological, positive, and negative, right? And on the negative side is where debt slaves live. Debt slaves, and this whole thing I just told you it's a mathematical fact. It's not a prediction. It's not something I made up. It's a mathematical fact. And the people that live on the negative side are called debt slaves. Now, the psychological part is this. Debt slaves don't know that they're debt slaves. Now, let me give you an example of what a debt slave is. 1 second. A debt slave is, debt slaves are people that believe they can buy houses with mortgages. People that believe they can buy cars with car loans. People that believe they can save for retirement while having student loan debt older than the retirement plan itself. Those are called debt slaves because they are doing things that are 100% mathematically impossible. You can't do any of that. None of that is, according to the laws of mathematics, you can't do any of that. Well, I was there for the majority of my life. And starting at age 18, I had all these people. 18, I'm brand new to earth. You don't really know that at 18, but you got to think about it that way, 18-year-old. You are brand new to earth. Well, the first thing you're going to hear is all these people, credit this. You can't buy nothing without credit. You can't do anything without credit. But what you're not listening to is this. You can't buy anything with credit. You finance. But the people that tell you that, 18-year-olds, they don't know that. That was me. So I believed it all the way up to my About age 40s, I started waking up, knew something was wrong. But I couldn't figure it out. Found Dave Ramsey. Dave Ramsey says, take the calculator and his baby steps and get out of debt. And that's what I did. I didn't need any of his programs or anything. It was really simple enough. He just said, okay, the calculator, baby steps, follow the baby steps and do this, right? Until I got to the part of his baby steps where he says, hey, when you pay off all your debt except the mortgage, start putting away 15% into retirement. But according to the same calculator that I had been using the whole time, when I put in my mortgage payment minus my mortgage balance and hit equal, that was a large negative number. That means I don't have 15% of anything to put anywhere. So that's when I left his whole plan, because anything after that is his business plan. So goodbye, then I leave. So I knew I was onto something, because millions of people believe they own houses with mortgages. Millions all around the world. It really doesn't matter, right? But they taught us all math. They always taught us positive and negative numbers, mathematics, the calculator, all in elementary school. So I had no excuse. Now, you probably think, well, why did I stop following the calculator after I left high school, college, whatever, right? Following everybody, believing in the almighty credit score. I believed it all till I got out of debt, and I was like, wait a minute. My credit report was an owner's ledger. That's all it was. It just kept track of all the businesses that owned me. And the credit score is nothing more than reward points for staying in debt with the owners listed on the credit report. That was, yeah. Okay. So now once I got out of debt, guess what? I was on the positive side of capitalism. Positive and negative, just like they showed in elementary school, zeros in the middle, green numbers on the right mean positive, red numbers on the left mean negative. So when I got out of debt, I came across the negative, got to zero. Now I'm on the positive side. Now on the positive side of everything, taxes are your friend. Cheating on your taxes is like cheating on yourself. You understand? When you get to the positive side of the economy, if you cheat on your taxes, that means you don't know how to play, because that's why you're cheating. Think about it. I want you guys to think about it. Taxes are the law. That's the law of the United States of America. If you don't like it, you got to leave. That's about it. That's probably the only thing you can do, unless you have an army. Other than that, you got to go. So it's time for you to understand taxes are your friend. But when you're on the negative side, when you're a debt slave, taxes are not your friend. They're not at all. Okay. So the title of today's show is, let me see. What are they going to do? The prediction for debt. What did I title it? My prediction for debt slaves in 2024. All right. How are they going to abuse you guys this year? Because right now, you got to understand, and you guys don't really understand this, but when you see buy now, pay later businesses making multi-millions of dollars, that means a lot of you debt slaves ain't got no money, because only debt slaves use buy now, pay later services. Do you understand? People on the positive side of the economy, we don't use those kind of services. We either create those kind of businesses, because there's nothing wrong with a buy now, pay later business. That's absolutely brilliant. But those businesses also know what they're playing around with. People that don't understand money. You guys are financing everything from houses, phones, to cars, to socks, to shoes, to radios, to beds, to lights, to cameras. You guys are financing everything. You guys are debt slaves. You guys really don't understand it. You guys been financing everything, but it's really, really bad right now. When you're breaking your groceries up in multiple payments, when you're getting your check before you actually get your check, if you're getting your check ahead of time through another company, that means things are really, really bad. That's what that means for you. Now, it's an option. You can get out. You don't have to stay on the negative side. You don't have to. But you know how, let me give you an example. And this is just my prediction, okay? I don't know this for a fact, all right? This is just my opinion. anything in the future is an opinion, right? Because nobody knows for a fact. But this is what I predict. All right. Pretty soon there's going to be 24-hour delivery. You guys are going to be doing it because you're in debt. Okay. So because I noticed this. I noticed my packages are being delivered later and later. I got a package one time at 9 o'clock at night, almost 9:30. It's getting later and later and later. But you guys, and here's another thing, like when you guys complain about the people that complain about working in the Amazon warehouses, oh, it's a sweatshop, they got horrible rules, they don't give you breaks and all this other, then why are you working there? Just leave. Listen, I don't know if the conditions are really that bad, but if they are, guess what? If I was working there and it was really that bad, I would quit and I would leave. You guys don't even understand the statement that you're making when you complain about work conditions, but you don't quit. You know what that tells the business? You have no choice but to accept it, because people that don't have to accept it, because let me help you guys understand this. People that have no debt, because believe that there's people that have no debt and they have jobs. Okay. I don't want you guys thinking that everybody that is debt free doesn't have a job, but those people that don't have debt and have a job, that's a tool for them. Their job is not a need. And if you want to tell you what, if you want to identify the people at your job that have no debt, look for the ones that never beg for overtime. Look for those people. Look for the people that stand up to management at work. They're like, hey, don't talk to me like that. You look at them like, oh my God, I could never say that to my boss. People who are debt free, they can and they do. You know when raise time come, when they give you a raise every year and you just walk into the office, they hand you a piece of paper and then they tell you how much they're going to give you for this year. They say, hey, your performance is worth this. And then they take and you say, okay, thank you. And you walk out. People who are debt free, they walk in with their requirements. If the business hands them an offer and say, hey, we think you're worth this, the person who's debt free is going to say, well, I'm going to counter that. I think I'm worth this. Now, most of you guys have never done that. You know why? Because you're in debt. That's why. Everybody, listen, when I became debt free at age 45, I worked one more year until I couldn't take it anymore. That's another whole story. But that 1 year was totally different for me. Totally different. Now, I didn't work at a place where I had rude managers and disrespectful managers. I didn't work at a place like that. But my attitude for work was totally different. It was everybody could feel it, see it. I could feel it. And this is what happened. When I started going to work, I used to say to myself, I'm going to be here all day in this in this building, because I was a computer engineer. Now, before, I worked really hard to work so I could work inside of a nice building, dress nice, have my own cubicle, own computer set up, and blah, blah, blah. But what I didn't realize is this. I'm in a building all day in a cubicle staring at a screen all day for 8 hours. I was like, I can't do that. Though I have been doing this all my life, but remember, I was in debt the whole entire time. But once I became debt free, I'm like, I'm going to sit in this cubicle all day and stare at this computer screen for 8 hours. Yes. Then the drive to work started getting irritated. Even the lights on the way to work and from work, they seemed like they just got longer, and the traffic got worse and worse until I couldn't take it no more, until I had to quit. I literally had to quit my job because I couldn't take it anymore, because I felt like a trapped animal. I'm like, I'm gonna be in this building for like 9 hours, and then they're gonna give me the privilege of going out to lunch for an hour. But that's not even an hour. You got to remember, when you clock out, it takes you time to get to the restaurant. That's part of your hour. And then you sit down, and then you got to order. That takes some time. And then the food, now you got to hurry up. You're looking at the time. Hell no. Now, I have been doing that all my life. And this is what I used to trip on. I used to go, at least I get an hour and it's not at 30 minutes like most of the people. You know how dumb that sounds? That sounds really, because I got 30 extra minutes. And here's another thing I used to think too when I was in debt. I used to think salary was better than hourly. I used to like, yeah, I make salary. I don't make hourly wage. That's worse. Did you know that? Salary is worse than hourly. At least you can clearly see how much you're going to get paid. But when you're on per hour, but when you're on salary, oh man, I would never allow any of that today. Oh, I couldn't do that. How are they going to abuse you guys more, man? Let me see. All right, this is what I predict too. Here's another one of my predictions. Mr. Tesla, once they get approved, and this is my opinion, once his driverless cars get approved, all you guys that are driving, delivering food and all that stuff, you know how many those jobs are going to be eliminated here. And let me tell you why. There's customers that are tired of people messing with their food, taking some of their order. And then there's another customer base that wants to use home food delivery services, but they don't trust human drivers. Because think about it. Have you ever been at a restaurant waiting to be seated, or maybe you're waiting to pick up your food and you see some of these drivers that are coming to pick up people's food? Have you ever seen some of the drivers? Have you seen some of their cars? Have you seen some of the inside of their cars? And they're going to deliver your food. There's a demographic of people that want to spend their money, but they don't trust that. And truly understandable. Truly understand that. Okay. Tesla is going to come with driverless cars, no human intervention, so they know their food will get from the restaurant to their house untouched by humans. You understand that? This is going to force all the restaurants, because the people that are going to call their favorite restaurant, they're going to demand Tesla cars deliver their food. They're going to demand it. So all you guys driving people in cars, you guys are going to be out of jobs. And this is another thing. This is my prediction. This is how it's going to solve all you guys that went from before 2020, you had W-2 jobs all your life, right? And then 2020 came, pushed you over to 1099, where you guys don't know shit about taxes, nothing. You guys don't know anything because your job is taking care of them all your life. And you're in debt, and you think taxes over here. You all, as a W-2 worker, you always hated taxes. Oh my God, they take so much tax out of my check. I can't believe I can't survive because of these taxes. And then you get pushed to 1099. Guess what you're not doing over here? You're not paying your taxes. The IRS knows how many people are not paying their taxes, because you guys are all working for businesses that are paying their taxes, people. They report to the IRS and say, hey, I paid Johnny and Jill, and they've been working for us for 5 years, and we've been paying them every single week, or however they pay you guys. So they know exactly how much money they're losing every single year. Tesla's going to come in and solve a huge portion of that problem. When Tesla comes in, it's going to push you guys back to W-2 jobs, because you guys got to eat. You got to eat some food, right? You have to eat. You have to live somewhere. So that means you have to have a job. That's now you're back to W-2 jobs now. And when that flood of people come back and fill up you see all these help wanted signs everywhere, and hey, come here, work here. We're giving you bonus checks. Come on, please work here. That's going to get filled up like that. And then the businesses are going to be back in charge because they're going to have their choice of who they want, because you guys will all be flooding back to those W-2 jobs. And guess what's going to happen? The tax man's going to come knocking on your door. Hey, Johnny, yeah? You've been working for Uber for the last 5 years, but you guys ain't paid us shit. Nothing. So not only do you owe back taxes plus interest, you're going to pay your current taxes, your back taxes too, and penalties and interest. You guys don't get, listen, you don't get to walk away. That doesn't work it doesn't work like that. Right now, there's too many of you guys. The IRS can't catch everybody. You guys are all thinking, oh, I'm just a small little person. They're not going to come after me. Millions of you guys say that. Millions. You know how much your paychecks are going to be when you're pushed back into a W-2 job? Hardly nothing. What's up, Omanique? Mingoism, Lumina, Dennis, Jesus. Happy New Year. Uber and Lyft. Any of you guys working for those guys? You see all these cars like in Arizona, these driverless cars with all these spinning things all over it. Waste of time. Too late. Tesla's been playing chess. Let me ask you a question. When Tesla gets approved for their driverless cars everywhere, because you guys got to remember, all you guys making Tesla car payments, here, you Tesla owners, you guys listening? You guys listening? You don't save gas money on a financed electric car, dead slaves. Just because you're making payments, listen, you're making payments on an electric car. Put it this way, when you pull up to charge your car, dead slaves, you Tesla owners making car payments, when you charge your car, how long you sitting there? 30 minutes? If somebody's not next to you and some charging etiquette and all this BS, let's just say 30 minutes. Now, would you sit 30 minutes at a gas station pump? If you pulled up to the gas pump and the gas was 99 cents a gallon, but they said it's going to take you 30 minutes to fill up the tank, would you tolerate that? You'd be like, hell no, I'm not tolerating that. But you're doing it for an electric car. You're making payments. You were making payments on your gas car. Now you're making payments on an electric car, but now you're wasting more time in your life. You're using more something that you can't even get back, the time in your life. All you guys struggling on your Tesla payments, this is my opinion. Tesla's probably going to come up with some kind of plan to say, hey, we'll pay part of your car payment if you let your car participate in our Tesla rideshare program. You guys are going to be all over it. No company will be able to mess with that because you guys are everywhere making car payments, Tesla car payments. You guys are everywhere already. Checkmate. They own all the charging stations. Checkmate. They won't even have to use them. They'll use your car and you guys will charge them at your house. Hey, you going to participate in our program? Yeah, okay. Between the hours and this, make sure your car is here. Make sure it's fully charged and this and da. Make sure it's, hey, listen, it's got, and in order for you to participate in the program, guess what? You're going to have their driverless software, dead slaves. And that is not free. And guess what you're going to do? Finance it. Just so you can participate in a program. Congratulations, Tesla. You know how much money they're going to be making? Oh my God. I think that driverless software is like, what, 10,000 a pop? At a flip of a switch. They just flip a switch. Hey, they flip a switch at the main station. Flip, 10,000. That's called money. That's money right there. That's money. They're already in place. They're ready. They're working on the trucks now. If I was a truck driver, guess what I would be learning right now? How to drive electric trucks. I sure would. I'd get ahead of the curve right now. Right now. What's up, tinfoil hat? Tesla's playing chess. You guys listen. You guys see the cars are everywhere. Now the Tesla trucks are coming out. You think people are paying cash for those Tesla trucks? Listen. Do not be impressed when you see a Tesla truck. If they're making payments, who cares? You better believe those Tesla trucks are going to be part of the program. They're going to, oh, congratulations, Tesla. Congratulations. Bye-bye Uber. Bye-bye Lyft. They're about to solve the tax problems because you guys are not paying your taxes. Local, not getting. Federal, they're not getting it. Congratulations, Tesla. You guys better believe, listen, if you're driving a Tesla and you're using a buy now, pay later service, you better believe you're going to be part of the program. Believe that. Driving a Tesla, financing a pair of shoes. Happy New Year. What's up, Robert? 2023. That's the slaves did. So, okay, 23. It's crazy how they think 24 feet gonna be their year. Oh, 24 is gonna be their year after getting done 30 for 3. Listen, debt slaves are dead slaves. It doesn't matter the year. It doesn't matter where. It doesn't matter if the country you go to is capitalism, you're a debt slave here, you're gonna be a debt slave there. What debt slaves don't understand is that capitalism works the best right here. Isn't that obvious? Like I always say, can you imagine being in another foreign country outside the United States all your life, okay? But you're in a country that credit doesn't exist, okay? But you're watching about the United States on TV. You're like, oh my God, look at everything. They're so rich. Look at all the cars. Look at the houses they live in. Oh my God, they live by the water. And then you come over here and then you find out they don't own nothing. All of it's on credit. You're like, what? Well, what's credit? Well, they take it. You go like this. They take the price of a house, right? Yeah, okay. And say like the house is 400,000, right? You go, okay. Instead of paying 400,000, they're going to pay double that spread over 30 years. Why would they do that? Because they don't know. Debt slaves don't know you can't own equity in a mortgaged house. Do you guys understand me? They don't know that. If they did, the housing market wouldn't exist because it couldn't exist. Listen, people, if they knew you couldn't buy a house with a mortgage, that would be very bad. With me saying it out loud, they have no idea what I'm saying. They don't know what that means. What do you mean you can't buy a house with a mortgage? What are you talking about? You can't buy a house with a mortgage? You can't own equity in a mortgaged house? You don't have the money to buy the house, but then you finance it and then you think you own something. Come on, man. Doesn't make any sense. But that's the psychological part. They don't know that. This is what I do for you. I bring you to the positive side and you can't listen. When you come to the positive side, you understand that debt slaves, they can't do anything. They can't buy nothing without asking the bank permission first. They can't buy nothing. So the banks are in charge of everything. When you say like this, when you see the price of the Tesla truck, right, with the tri-motor and all this other stuff, it's like $100,000 something. Do you think Tesla gets to set that price? Absolutely not. They don't get to set that price. That price is set by the bank. because the bank is the one that's going to give the debt slave the money to buy it. Tesla has to ask the bank, hey, what can we get for this truck? Because we make it for this. How much will you finance it for? And the bank will say, we're only going to do this much. That's the price of the truck, period. Because if they didn't, say like Tesla said, F you, bank, we're going to say it's 200,000. The bank's going to be like, good luck selling them, because they don't have no money to buy them. They know debt slaves have no money. Debt slaves have no money, nothing for anything. So when you see the price of that truck, it's because the bank set the price. And when you come to the positive side, you understand that you don't get to do nothing without the bank's permission. It goes the central bank, and then the 12 Federal Reserves spread all over the United States, and all the banks got to talk to them. Hey, we make the rules. You do this and that. You say this. No, you can't do that. Period. I understand that. That's clear. There's no misunderstanding. I know where I live. United States of America. That's how it works. Okay, whatever. Listen, I'm only 54. This been in place for over 250 years. Okay, so appreciate that, Dennis. Man, I love that channel's blowing up like amazingly. It's absolutely bananas, but it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Those e-cars are terrible in the cold weather. You know, you know what, Tesla, congratulations to Tesla. What's up, Layman? Glad to see you here. They will pay people to get the Neuralink chips and plants. Sure will. That's going to happen. That's definitely going to happen. Happy New Year, LJ. Happy New Year, Gabriel. Appreciate that, Dennis. Happy New Year, Omanike. Got to finish clean. Got to finish cleaning. Clean, clean, clean. What's up, my man Layman? What's going on, sir? What else are they going? Right now, when you're on the positive side of the economy, you can see what the last thing I see them doing is making a phone. Now, you guys got to remember, when they make this phone, it's going to be on satellite. Now, all you Apple users, the only business is going to be able to get away Apple customers will be Tesla, because he'll have the coolest ass phone, new cool phone, just like he's doing with everything else. And his phone is going to work by satellite, which means you're not going to have any dead spots. You're going to be able to hop off a plane, turn your phone on, it's just going to work. You have to do all this connecting and waiting to make sure, hey, do I have to have you can go to another part of the world, right? You don't need their chip to put in. You don't need their SIM to put in your phone. You just turn your phone on. Apple users are going to leave. Happy New Year to you too. Much appreciated. LJ, notice major holidays celebrate this. LJ, I noticed major holidays celebrate the 7 deadly sins. I'm not sure what that means. What does that mean? What else are they going to do to you guys this year? Let me see. Next year. Okay, 24-hour delivery. You guys are going to be doing those jobs in the middle of delivering shit Tesla's going to solve that problem too. If it's going to be late night deliveries to be safe, guess what? Yeah, you guys don't even go. You know what? I'm not going to say he's going to take away all of the jobs. I'm just saying he's going to be taking away. Because think about it. Say like somebody needs a package delivered across town. Think about it. Say like somebody needs a letter, a very important letter that needs to go across town ASAP. All you got to do is call up a Tesla car. Tesla cars are everywhere. Your car, you will get a car in 5 minutes. Guaranteed, 5 minutes. I don't see it being longer than 5 minutes. And then all they got to do is they're going to come up with some kind of app, the security code to pop the door open, drop the letter in there, close the door. The car's going to take it off to its location. No stopping, no breaks, don't need to pee, don't need to eat, never get sick, don't mind working on holidays, can work on nobody can compare, nobody can mess with that. Nobody. You guys don't see Tesla playing chess? Tesla's playing chess. Believe that. To me, every time I think about it, it gets bigger and bigger. He's already on the 18-wheelers. If you are a truck driver, I strongly suggest you learn how to drive that electric truck if you want to stay in the business. Oh, that's so many years away. So what? I don't care. It's coming, period. That's all you need to know. Especially you young drivers. Hey, man, don't mess around. But then again, those are going to be driverless too. I don't know. That's going to solve that tax problem. That's definitely going to solve the tax problem. Are you guys giggling and laughing about not paying your taxes all these years? Whew. Is that you? You young, you're in your 20s, you think hey, listen, you think it's funny? You think it's funny? You and your friends laughing. Oh man, when's the last time you paid your taxes? Oh girl, shit, I don't know. Yeah, you're gonna know. When you push back, and you get your check, and it's like $20 because of all the taxes and fees and penalties and interest that you didn't pay for 5-6 years. Independence, pride, Christmas, greed. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Valentine's Day, lust, Thanksgiving, gluttony. Okay, Halloween, wow, Easter. I had never heard of that before. That is the first time I've seen that. I've never seen that before. Christmas, greed. Yeah, it's greed. Yeah. Day, lust. Yep, sure is. Thanks. Yeah, overeating and stuff. Yeah, brand. I had never seen that before. Wow. That is very, you know what's so crazy though? I don't really pay attention to holidays no more. I'm so focused on what I'm doing now. Especially my 6 Cents channel. You guys, if you haven't been to my channel, I strongly suggest you look up YouTube at 6 Cents. All right. Join if you understand it. You know, it counts on if you've been through it, if you want to understand what that channel's about. But it's moving at light speed. Like I made one video has about, 2,600 views, somewhere around there, and almost 300 likes. Now, I've been on this channel, YouTube, for almost 10 years. Now, it's really difficult to try to compare this to that. It's not really, you can't really. This is supposed to be, even though this channel, put it this way, even though this channel has about 4,500 subscribers, but that's the equivalent to 450,000 subscribers of a regular channel talking about nothing. Okay, I want you guys to understand that. I know SMD is not, I know it's weird to say, but I know SMD is not supposed to have millions of subscribers. Okay, I know that because it can't be. Okay, you got to understand, it can't be. But there must be a few of us that do understand that must live on the positive side, because there must be people on both sides. Like the people on the positive side can't be here without the people on the negative side, and vice versa. But the people on the negative side, first of all, they don't know it's positive and negative, nor do they know they're on the negative side. People that are in houses with mortgages, they don't know that they don't own anything. They don't know that it only takes one day to buy a house. It doesn't take 30 years. They don't know it doesn't take 84 months to buy one car. It only takes one day. Anybody signing up for a mortgage to pay on it for 10 years, 15 years, it doesn't matter. And it only takes one day. That person obviously doesn't know that it takes one day because they signed up for 20, 30 years. You know how many people refinance their house and do not know that it restarts a 30-year clock. Millions of people don't know that. Millions. They don't know that they don't own anything. But that's how it's supposed to be. Now, you don't, if you're there, say like you are a person that's been in the house, because that's very difficult to come across a channel like mine, right? And you've been paying on your house for like 15, 20 years, and you come across this channel and you figure out you don't own nothing. And all that money that you've been paying in for that mortgage is gone. It's gone forever. It's not coming back. That's a hard fact to accept, especially if you've been calling yourself a homeowner for the last 15 years as you're making mortgage payments to the owner. That's a hard pill to swallow. That's a really hard pill, but you have to do it unless you're going to die a debt slave. Dying, being financially abused. Listen, the system is just there. It doesn't care who you are, what color you are. It's just there. Which side of it is totally up to you. You either be on the negative side or you be on the positive side. That's totally up to you. I'm here to help people come from the negative side to the positive side. But first, you have to accept that you're a debt slave. You have to. Your credit report is an owner's ledger, people. It keeps track of all the businesses that own you. I have no owners on my credit report. None. Zero. That means I own me. That can prove that. That's why I'm the only person on the internet. Listen, I guarantee you cannot find another person that made a video showing their entire credit report like me. Go find it. There are millions of people on YouTube. You can't find another channel that did it? Probably not. I'm never going to say 100%, but I'm going to say 99%. I'm comfortable at 99%. Very comfortable. What's up, Andre? That is very interesting, Gabriel. I don't know how you found that. What else are they going to do to you guys? Let's see. What else they going to do? Let's see. Okay, so they've been killing you guys with buy now, pay later services. You guys are just eating that up. The big businesses have to use buy now, pay later services. They have to. Else they won't make any sales. What are they going to do to you guys next year? Because buy now, pay later services, their run has to come to an end. It has to. It has to come to an end. It has to. 2024, okay, you guys haven't really started up your student loan payments yet. They haven't really forced you guys to do that because they had to wait till after Christmas. They had to wait till after Christmas before they could start your student loan payments. So if they're going to force you guys next year because they can get the money from your taxes, because they can just take that money. They can actually just take it to pay your student loans. I don't know. What are they going to do to you guys next year? They're not really forcing you guys to pay your student loans yet, though. I don't know why they're not forcing you guys, but because if they don't if they don't force you guys to pay your student loans, you're not going to pay them. So maybe they're not forcing you guys so they can make up all that interest, because the interest started calculating in September. Yeah, it started in September. So they're going to stretch out getting that interest, because as long as you guys don't pay, it starts calculating up. I don't know. This is a good one. How are they going to abuse you guys? I know how they're going to abuse you. Okay, let's just go back to the workspace. Let's go back to how are they going to abuse you guys in the workspace? Okay, I know 24-hour delivery. You guys are, until Tesla comes in. So before Tesla comes in, you guys are going to be delivering everything, because now we're in a deliver society, but you guys are not paying your taxes. That's a problem. I don't know. I'm not going to say all you guys are not paying your taxes, but a good chunk of you guys are not paying your taxes, and that has to come to a stop too. I don't know. Any questions? Let me see. Like I said, if you guys haven't checked out the 6 Cents channel, check it out when you get a moment. I get, and with this channel, it has been I'm not saying it's over, but what else can I say about debt slaves? What else can I do? What else can I say? I can't say anything. It's a trip to, put it this way, it's a trip and it's a beautiful thing to know that capitalism is psychological, positive, and negative. It's a beautiful thing. It took me till age 45 to understand that. I don't know why that took so long. Society made me do that. Not made me do that, caused me to do that. I forgot where I was going with that. Oh. But be on the lookout for my new channel. I'm thinking about some new. Oh, that's what I was thinking about. I was thinking about some new things for the next channel. That's what I was doing. I'm excited about the new channel. I really am. Because there's really nothing left I can really talk about. It's always, put it this way, it's always going to be these videos that I've made over the last 10 years. They will always be valid. I want you guys to understand something. They will, no matter the year you watch it, the videos will always be valid because they will always be debt slaves. Capitalism will always be psychological, positive, and negative, and the majority will always be debt slaves because that is how it works. Period. Everywhere. Canada's the same way. They have the same. Looks like they have the same problems. When you're in problems, you look up. Oh, they got student loan debt problem. They got mortgage problem. Only for the people that are on the negative side of the economy. That's their problems. When you're on the positive side, those are not problems. That's money. You sell people houses with mortgages because that is the only way to do it because they have no money to buy houses. They don't have any money. Yes, they do, Andre. They sure do. They compound big time, capital letters. Compounding you. They got to make it for that 3.5 years. They got to make up for that money. That's a man. It's amazing to listen. It's amazing to watch how they do it because they already know you don't want to pay them. Because if you did want to pay your student loans off, the 3.5 years is the time you should have done it. Because I want you guys to hear me. I said this before too. In order for the United States to stop student loan payments, the world had to stop. Do you hear me? In order for the United States government to stop interest on student loan payments, the world had to stop. Do you understand what I'm saying? So in other words, now that it has started, it's not going to stop until the world stops again. Do you guys understand that? So you missed your window. That 3.5 years of no payments and no interest, that was a gift that will never happen again in your lifetime. Do you understand that? It will probably happen again for the person that was born this year. It probably happened for them. 2023, 2024 babies, they probably see it. they're probably experiencing what you experienced today, but the people that'll listen to this video, you guys won't. None of us will. None of us will see that again ever. What's up, architect? How you doing? I know it's been a minute since I've been on here. I said people will be excited to see me in a long time. I ain't been on SMD for a minute. I think about 6 cents a lot, man. I'm getting a lot more. I'm connecting with more people. Let's put it that way. But in a different way. I'm not saying not connect with people with SMD, because I connect with people in SMD a particular way. And 6 cents is just a different way. That's all. Because they both go together. That's why I came up with that formula. SMD equals 6C squared. Because it combines SMD and 6 cents together. That's what it does. Hoop Therapy says, do you think Gen Z will catch on to capitalism being psychological? It seems as though more and more aren't falling for the scam of taking loans out for college and even buying a house. That is a good question, Hoop Therapy, and I'm a answer this way. First, you got to get away from the Gen Z stuff, the names and the groupings. That's part of the program, okay? Because math, thinking this is what I'm gonna say it a different way. Hoop Therapy, okay? So you can kind of get it. And I'm not saying you don't get it. I'm just saying in a way, right? I wonder if Gen Z will understand if 1 + 1 = 2. You think Gen Z knows 2 + 2 = 4? You think they know that? And then you would look at me and say, what does Gen Z got to do with it? Nothing. It doesn't have anything to do with any group of people. 1 + 1 = 1. 1 + 1 = 2, period. No matter if you're 5 years old or 65 years old. That grouping of different groups of people, I don't follow any of that. Hey, you're part of the baby boomers. I'm not part of no group. I'm not part of anything. This group did this and that. No, that's not true. None of that is true. See, thinking that, even saying it like that, Hoop Therapy, saying it like, you think they'll catch on? It's nothing to catch on. That's part of the program. Thinking there's a trick. And I get it. I didn't wake up till my 40s. Hey, man, it's got to be a trick to wealth. What's the this and that? Nope. All you got to do is just look at the calculator. Just trust the calculator. Can I buy a house with a mortgage? The calculator says no. Can I save for retirement while having a mortgage? The calculator says absolutely not. Can I go on vacation? Listen, can I go on vacation while having a mortgage? Calculator says no. You can't. The only place you can go is to work. You put in your mortgage payment minus your mortgage balance and hit equal. He's like, where can I go to work? Can I go out to eat? No, you can go to work though. You go to work. You can go work at the place you want to eat. You can go do that. It's just math. It's simple. Listen, here's another thing, Hoop Therapy. Let me hear. I'm gonna give you an outside view when you understand the whole picture, right? When they do they take over neighborhoods and everybody's like gentrification, and they start adding that word in there like it has something to do with the people, and the bank owns 99% of everything you see in houses, everything. They already know who's having trouble making their payments. They already know. And if they want a neighborhood, the government probably talks to the bank and say, hey, we want to get this neighborhood. And the bank just looks at their list and say, well, if you raise the taxes over in this neighborhood, you want that neighborhood? Yeah, just raise the taxes over there. And then they all get kicked out. That's how it works. It's not a big deal. It's business. They already know. It's not even a trick. No, but listen, the banks don't own math, people. Nobody owns math. I believe God made math because nobody has ever broken the laws of mathematics in the history of human beings being on earth. That sounds like something from God to me. You dipped out on us for a minute. I did. I'm at 6 cents for a long. I had, trust me, with this in the last few months, I had to restructure my life. So I've been really busy. But I'm back. But more on the 6 Cents channel, not too much on 2024. You guys won't see me on this channel too much. I'm going to be more focused on 6 Cents because I don't really have much to say anymore about debt slaves. I just don't. You know, it's the same thing over and over. It's like repeated. Yep. Wow. Good point. Why the group? Yeah. The groupings is part of the program. Hoop therapy. All of it's part of the program, thinking it has something to do with a group of people. And then they group the colors, and math doesn't listen. 1 + 1 = 2, no matter if a black person say it, a Jewish person say it, a Spanish person say it. Even if a Spanish person says it in Spanish, math don't care if the person speaking Spanish saying 1 + 1 = 2. Math don't care. It's just 2. That's all part of the program, all of it, thinking that has something to do with it. Doesn't have anything to do with none of that. Put it this way, if I knew this information at 18, nobody in my generation would understand me at all. They wouldn't even get it. They'd be like, hey, LJ, are you going to go to college and get a job? I'd be like, hell no, I'm going to start a business, period. I'm not going to college. Nope. Unless I want to be a doctor or something. Yeah, but if I'm not going to be a doctor, I'm not going to college. I'm opening a business. That's what I'm going to do. Because let me tell you guys something, especially you young people. I just now broke let me say what I'm 54 now, just turned 54. I quit my job in 2016. I broke the 40-hour work week program at age 46. You hear me? I did not know the 40-hour work week was a program. Saturday and Sunday off, making Saturday and Sunday sound like special days. Oh, it's Friday. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday are not special. They're only special for people in the 40-hour work week program. Every day is the same to me. Every day. The clock is a tool. I don't need the clock. You know how you're looking at, hey, what time is it? What time is it? What time is it? You know why you do that? Because the clock owns you. That's why. That's a tool. I never know what time it is unless I have an appointment. And I still don't know what time it is because the alarm goes off and says, hey, it's 3 o'clock. It's time for your appointment. Okay, whatever. After watching one of your 6 Cents videos, the algorithm directed me to a 2-part analysis about a narcissistic mother and her daughter. Oh, wow. Okay. I may post it in your Discord to hear. Okay, cool. Yeah, please. Yeah. I want to check that out. And you know what's so crazy is that I've been getting so much participation inside of the on 6 Cents, comments and YouTube is pushing out like crazy. The algorithm is just because of the interaction, the positive feedback, the positive likes. I think that the YouTube algorithm understands all of that and says, okay, this is, especially me just starting the channel, because though I have about 350 subscribers over there right now, the way it's exploding is like I would have a couple thousand subscribers. The way the interaction and the videos and the likes is beautiful, man. It's absolutely beautiful. LJ, also major business prey on the 7 deadly sins. Oh yeah, for sure. Oh, that's all. Hey, listen, Gabriel, once you pointed that out, put it this way. Okay, I noticed, like, think about the YouTube and TikTok short videos. Their algorithm is so good. If you click on, say like you click on a sexy girl, the next immediately, if not the next one after that one, girl after girl after girl. If you click on some bullcrap reality TV shows, that's what you get. They will put you in the world that you are in your mind, and then they will put you there. Because what you click on will tell them where your brain is at, where your mind is at, and they will make sure you stay there. Do you guys don't even get that? TV couldn't do that. Listen, you guys don't understand. TV could not do that. What they can do now with shorts, You click on maybe your classic cars or something. Next thing you know, all you see is classic cars, classic cars, classic cars. They will keep you where your brain is at. You know how much, oh my God, you know how much control that is? That's powerful. Right now, the fight is for who is going to be the main AI engine app. Who's going to be the main one? Because you youngsters don't remember. Before Google, there was a battle of browsers: Netscape, Internet Explorer, Fire. It was all these other browsers that were trying, and Google came out on top. Who's going to be the top AI go-to for everybody like Google? Because when you go look up information, everybody says, hey, Google it. Have you noticed that? You'll watch it on videos. Hey, Google that, Google that. But who's going to be the next AI? Whoever owns that, let me tell you something. Whoever owns the top AI app or whatever that's going to be, you know how much, you know how valuable that information that they're going to collect in that app, that information is that's going to be gold, diamonds, rubies. Because the information, put it here, let me give you an example, okay? I got a credit card in my name. I got my own, I got in my personal name. I got one credit card. Now, normally every year I would change the credit card numbers. Okay, just to, just because you put it out there and just to make it a little bit harder. Every year I would just change the numbers. Hey, give me some new numbers. And then that way, whatever my credit card was connected to before would be severed. Well, now the businesses can get a service that they can pay for from the credit card company. So if you change your numbers, right, and you don't give it to the new people, well, they sell your new numbers to the people you had attached to your old numbers. Did you guys know that? They sell that information. Sure do. I found that out not too long ago. Sure did. Called them up. I said, hey, when I got these new numbers, I said, because I put it in the notes when I changed my number, I said, do not share this number with any other businesses attached to the old number. Make a note in there. Thank God I did that too. Thank God I told them to do that. Because I said, do you see that note? Because something got charged with my credit card that was attached to an account that I didn't want no longer. And then the year came around and they charged it. I was like, how in the hell did that happen? I called them up. They had the new numbers. I said, I didn't give them to you because I didn't want you guys no more. Called up the bank. Oh, yeah, we sell the info. I said, you see the notes in my account? You see that? Yeah. I said, don't share my numbers with nobody. They're like, and I said, so take it off. And they had to take it off. Only because I made them put some notes in there just in case that shit happened. I'm debt-free, LJ. Although I hate the high prices of everything, but I'm still not hurting because I sacrificed years ago. I live below my means. You are a part of my help in my journey. Thank you, sir. You're welcome, the architect. This is what you got to think about, the architect. I want you to understand something. You are on the positive side of the economy. You don't have to live below your means because you're ahead of millions of people already. If you could have $10 in your account right now with no debt, and you'd be ahead millions of people right now financially. You got to remember, architect, because you got to think about it this way. Debt slaves have to finance everything they purchase: gas, shoes, bicycles, food, lunch, coffee. They're in debt. They have to finance everything. You don't. You got to really realize the prices are not high for you because you're buying the item and you're paying the taxes in cash and then you leave. They finance the price of the item and they finance the taxes at an interest rate of their credit card. Did you see that? You're so far ahead of debt slaves. You don't even talk like that no more, using words, hey, living below my means. That's really, those prices are high. Stop. Don't use those type of words because you don't have to use those type of words at all. LJ throwing some gems for free. It's kind of scary how good they are, but impressed by them. Yeah. When my clients change their numbers, we still get their monthly draft. Sure do. See what I'm saying? Ain't that some BS? I said, hey, and this is okay. So my credit card's through Capital One, right? Visa and MasterCard are the owners of the thing. Capital One is they're just a business that sells their credit cards. You guys got to understand that. So Visa and MasterCard are the ones that are selling the information. It's not Capital One. It's Visa and MasterCard. So that's why I made them put their notes in there, because I already knew they was doing that. I already knew they were doing that. That's some BS. I was like, oh, okay. All right. Oh, okay. Okay. Now to avoid all, I mean, how can I get around that? Just like what I did. When you're put it this way, when you're debt free, you don't really have all that stuff attached to your credit card anymore. It's not like that. When you're in debt, you got so much stuff attached to your credit card. When you're debt free, you don't really have that much stuff attached to your credit card. It's just maybe I got Amazon attached to it, my car insurance. I guess that's it. But my problem, this was my thing, because I had just left a woman, right? And I had used my credit card for her car insurance. And I knew that I didn't have access to her account to remove my credit card from it. And I knew she wasn't going to do it if I asked her to do it. So I said, oh, I'll just change my numbers and that'll be that. Next thing you know, I get a hey, we charge this much money for this insurance account and blah, blah, blah. So, well, all right. And like I said, thank God I made the notes in there. Thank God I made those notes. Says I have over 60,000. Congratulations. In my savings, and always thought I was broke, but you put me onto reality. You're so far ahead. Think about it. I want you to really, and this is the psychological part, the architect. This is the psychological part to come into it. You gotta come into this reality. $60,000 in the savings. You are so far ahead of so many people right now. So many people that don't even know it. They don't even know that have never had $60,000 in their bank account. You know, let me tell you something. I was making six figures for many years. I never had $60,000 in my account until I got out of debt. You know how fast my bank account stacked, making six figures with no debt? Let me tell you something. If you make six figures right now, okay, and you get out of debt, you have no idea how fast your money will stack. You can take advantage of all the free money, 401ks, HSAs. Debt slaves cannot take advantage of the 401ks or the HSAs. Why? Because they have no money to. They can't. They can't contribute to anything to get any tax deductibles. Nothing. It's like double dipping. What's up, Nick? Like, say like I had a job making six figures. 401k is let's say it's 22,500. I don't know what it is this year, but let's just say 22.5, right? I can max out my 401k. So say like I'm making six figures, I'm in a particular tax bracket. I can put in 22,000 because I ain't got no debt. I can put in $22,500 into my 401k. That's going to earn interest. The same year, I could take 22.5 off of my annual income, bringing me down in my tax bracket, which debt slaves can't do. Debt slaves cannot reduce themselves in the tax bracket. They can't. Okay. Only people who are debt free can, because they have the money to do it. See how they did that? Bring it down. So you save money here, which is phantom income. Reducing your taxes, it's called phantom income, because people in debt can't do it. They cannot do that. And the same money is in your retirement plan, earning interest and doing whatever it does inside of your 401k. And then you say, hey, how can I max out my HSA the same year? Yeah, 6,500, sure is. Then they give you this card and say, here, we have a whole list of things that you can purchase with this card tax free. You hear me? So say like you have an out-of-pocket medical expense of $50. Instead of paying $50 out of your pocket that already been taxed, because if you pay $50 out of your pocket, it's not really $50. It's $50 minus tax. So you got to work another half an hour to earn the other little part of tax so you can get your $50. But if you use your HSA card, it's $50 tax free. That same $6,500 is added to the $2,200, bringing you down in your tax bracket. Debt slaves can't do that. That's like, put it this way, now that I'm out the 40-hour work week program, 401ks, HSAs, they're like tax practice. You can get some practice. I'm talking about debt-free kind of practice, not the people in debt that use. I'm talking about when you're debt-free. That's like some tax practice for you. How can I reduce my practice as you using your, because right now with a job, you are using yourself to participate in the economy. So of course they're going to tax you because you're using yourself. So what you need to do is get in some practice. See what happens when you max out your 401k and your HSA at the same time and reduce your tax bracket and you're paying less in taxes. Get that practice in. So when you see how to do that, and then when you get out in the business, it's like 100 times that. But now, instead of using yourself to participate in the economy, you're using your business to participate in the economy, not you. When you're debt-free personally, you don't really need that much money. So your personal taxes will probably look like you're living in poverty. Because if you don't have no mortgage, if you have a house with no mortgage and you have no debt, you don't really need that much money personally. So when you file your taxes personally, it's going to be looking like you live below the poverty line. But in actuality, you're not. Oh my goodness, congratulations. I only make $90,000 a year, but after my divorce, I was able to save a ton of money. Man, $90,000 with no debt? And don't take out the word only. I'm gonna teach you how to use your words, man. Take out that word only. Say, I make $90,000. I'm debt free. Man, you way ahead of the game. Way ahead of the game. And you, congratulations. I can't watch TV and movies that much anymore. Only if you know what's so crazy. You know what's so crazy, Gabriel? I'm the same way. I can barely, like, I'm a sci-fi person, so I can watch sci-fi movies. There's a new one that came out on Netflix that some kind of sci-fi fight. It was pretty cool. I ain't gonna lie. I can watch it, but it was 2 hours, so I had to split that up. I watched the first hour, took a break, and then I came back the next day and watched the second hour because I can't really watch TV and movies. Because I remember when I was younger, I could go watch a 2 or 3 hour movie, no problem. Today, there is no way I could sit through a 2 hour movie at a movie theater. There is no way. No way. That movie got to be really, really good. Really good. 90,000, like I said, 90,000 and no debt. Oh my goodness. Hey, listen, the architect, check your tax bracket, right? Check your tax bracket, see where you're at. You might be right on the line somewhere. You might drop yourself just below, saving you some money on your 90,000. You guys need to get debt free and start playing with the taxes while you have a job, so you can get a kind of idea what it's going to do when you get out of it and start your own business. Because it's going to be the same way, but it's going to be 100 times better. But when you put it this way, when you're debt free, and this is what I strongly suggest you do, okay? If you've been a W-2 worker all your life and you became debt free and you decide to start a business, I strongly suggest you hire a professional debt-free business analyst person, something who's personally debt-free. Tell them to set up all your stuff for you. Don't do it yourself. Let them do it. It'll do two things. When you set up your business and it's done properly, the IRS will clearly see that you're doing it right, clearly, because all the boxes will be checked right off the bat. Checked right off the bat. And when you file your taxes, you do the same thing. You hire a professional debt-free tax person. So when you file your taxes personally, and the first time you do it for your business, the IRS is going to know that a professional did it because they're going to have done it right the first time out the gate. Even though they're going to know this is your first time away from a W-2 job. When you file, they'll clearly see that. Because I remember when I switched over from W-2 to a business owner, the IRS called me directly and video conference me for something. That was the first time they ever did that. I was like, hey, we got to see you. We want you on video camera. Put in your code. I had to do all this stuff to make sure it was me, for fraud probably or something, because I had been a W-2 worker all my life. Now I'm suddenly switching over to business owner, 1099 or LLC, whatever, all that stuff, right? Even you see how I talk? I got professionals doing that. I don't want to know all that. I just need to know that the person that's doing all my stuff is personally debt free. That's all I care about. So they understand what I need them to do. Because when you come to the positive side, you follow all the rules. When you set up a website, say like put it this way. Say like you open up a business and you're going to put it on Shopify. They have certain rules. Okay, put in your EIN, hook up your business bank account, make sure it's this and that. When you come in there and you get all the proper information plugged in right away, they know that you obviously know, because people that don't understand do not set it up right. They always, this personal account, oh no, I don't have an EIN, use my social security number. Then they start selling, and then they don't have the local taxes hooked up. That's obvious. It's very obvious. But when you come in setting it up right, the business also they already know that you know. Yeah, I'm worried that I might get hit on my taxes on a new tax bracket. Well, you can put it this way. Like I said, architect, you can do this. What I strongly suggest you do, okay? Find a tax person who is personally debt free and tell them what you need them to do. Hey, man, I make 90,000 and I have no debt. What should I do to save money on the taxes? The professional tax person will know exactly what to do. You don't have to know it, sir. So this will get you away from being scared. Like this is what I want you to, you probably don't understand this now, but I want you to understand it. Kind of get what I'm saying. Taxes is a word. Taxes. You're like, oh, taxes. When people say taxes, they get this feeling in them. Oh my God. Okay, now let's remove the word taxes. Let's put in the word pencil. Do you get the same kind of feelings when you say the word pencil? And okay, now let's go back to the word taxes. Why the word taxes? Because you guys that means you don't know something scary, something that you hire a professional tax person to do all the stuff you need them to do. You will no longer be scared. You won't even care. That person will take care of all of it the proper way. And when they file the paperwork with the IRS will also know that this person knows by the way they file the paperwork with them. Everybody has a pattern. Debt slaves most definitely have a pattern, because if they hate taxes, that means they do their taxes a certain way. Most debt slaves, put it this way, and this is what I never understood. I've never understood. This never made sense to me. There are people out there that are not licensed in doing taxes, but they're out there doing people's taxes. That's not even a requirement as far as I know, because when I hear most people talk about getting their taxes done, they're always picking a person that's going to get them the most money. Oh, I go to so-and-so. She gets me the most money. What are you talking about, the most money? What are you talking about? How's she going to get you more money than you earned? They're only giving you back the money that you earned. They're not doing anything. So when you say more money, you know what that means? They're saying something in there to say, hey, you did this and you did, who knows? You might have somebody doing your taxes. They're in tax trouble. If they're in tax trouble, they're not going to tell you if they're doing their taxes, because I wouldn't let anybody do my taxes who are in tax trouble personally. I would not do that, Because if you're in tax trouble, that means you don't understand taxes. If you're scared of taxes, that means you don't understand taxes. If you got a feeling if something gets in your stomach, you're like, oh my God, the IRS, that means you don't understand them. Why are you doing that? Oh my God, they hired 85,000 new more IRS agents. What are you scared of? So what? They're going after the people that are not paying their taxes. So who are they going after? People that are not paying their taxes. North Carolina is worse than the state I come from in Pennsylvania. Again, right there. See, and this is just words, architect. Don't use words like, hey, this state is worse with taxes, and this one is that. Taxes are taxes, no matter if it's in Pennsylvania or it's in North Carolina. You got to remember, each state that has a tax structure, you go to the state and you figure out why their tax structure is that way. There's a pattern in it. Once you understand the pattern, I don't care what state it is, okay? If they have a tax structure, there's a pattern. You go there and you figure out the pattern, how it's going to benefit you. There's always a way, always. That's how it's designed. It might, like when you go, say like this, when you go to say like you go to you hear somebody on the internet says, hey man, Atlanta taxes are, man, they are really, really high here. They're expensive. You turn to the person and say, are you making car payments? Yeah, that's why taxes are expensive for you. Do you have a mortgage? Yeah, that's why taxes are expensive for you. Why? Because you got a mortgage. What do you mean? They go, gas sure is expensive here. Are you making car payments? Yeah, that's why gas is expensive for you, because you're making car payments. That's an easy answer. Easy. You got to be very careful when you get your information from people that live in different states. If they're in debt and they're talking about taxes are expensive, it's them. It's expensive for them. Don't even use the word expensive in public in front of anybody. I never use that word expensive ever. I don't care what it costs. It's not expensive for me. If I want, I'm gonna get it in cash. You hear these people financing Ferraris. Hey man, I saved some money in this. You didn't save nothing. You financed the Ferrari. What are you talking about? You saved money. No, you didn't. Show better. Make them show that credit report for sure. If you get mad about taxes, that tells me how you think about money. It sure does. You're right. You're right, Gabriel. You're exactly right. Oh man, these taxes are sure. Man, California taxes are da da da. For who? Who are you talking about? People making payments? Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure California taxes are expensive for people making payments. Yeah. Not for everybody. I own my car in North Carolina taxes your vehicle based on the true value on the value of. Oh, nice. That's nice. When you own your car, it is what it is. But there's always way. Put it this way: if I went to another, put it this way: if I went to another state and I wanted to reduce my taxes, I don't even know what it's called, but I'm sure it's called something. You go to a city. I'm sure there's a department somewhere where the city is offering some tax. You can reduce your property taxes or something if you invest in something that they're trying to do for the city for the next 10 years. They say, hey, if you invest X amount of dollars into this project for the next 10 years, we'll reduce your local taxes of your house or something for over those 10 years. And you just run the numbers. Say like this. Say like if you invest $10,000 over here, but it'll reduce your taxes of your house for $20,000. I'm going to invest $10,000 over here if I'm going to be here for 10 years anyway. So that means I'm going to be paying less taxes than everybody in my neighborhood. And they will never know it. They don't even know it. Plus, I will own my house on top of that. While the people around me will be happy to write off happy to write off interest on their taxes. They're happy to write off something on their taxes that they don't even have to have in the first place. Oh, yeah, you get to write off the taxes on the mortgage interest, and you're happy about that? How about just not have a mortgage with no interest at all to have at all? How about that? What I'm telling you guys, this will never end. This is how it is. This is how it will be until the end of time. And well, excuse me, not the end of time, at least to the end of my time, because after I'm gone, I won't care. Okay, but I'm saying till the end of my time, it's gonna be like that until I'm gone for sure, without it. That's been here for over 250 years, and I'm 54. All right, well, I'm gonna wrap it up. I've been blabbing long enough, to an hour and 30 minutes. Thank you everybody for participating. Architect, Hoop Therapy, Gabriel, sub Nick. Check out 6 Cents when you get a chance. The number 6, IXTHCENTS. 6 Cents. Look it up. Channel. Hey, listen, that channel is about to blow up all over the world. I'm already saying it because it's already doing it. And don't worry, SMD. I'm going to connect SMD with 6 Cents. Okay, it's already there. That hence the formula. See this right here? This formula joins both SMD. I can't write. I don't know how to write the squared. Shoot. You write the squared with the I don't know how to do that with this. That 2 is supposed to be squared. So SMD equals 6C squared. It joins them both because when you join them both, it's amazing. Absolutely amazing. If you never pay off your house, you were just renting and paying for the upkeep. Thanks, said the bank. Sure do. That's exactly. You just manage the house. You know, can you imagine how long it must have taken to get millions of people not only to believe it takes 30 years to buy a house, but that they can actually buy a house with a mortgage? You know how long that must have taken? That must have taken years. Man. You go up to a person with a mortgage and say, "Hey, did you know it only takes 1 day to buy a mortgage or to buy a house? 1 day?" They're going to give you that glitch in the debt. They're going to give you that glitch in the debt matrix movie. What? What are you talking about? So PA charged a minimal fee for registration on your vehicle annually. Wow. Okay. North Carolina hit you for the value, which is far greater. Oh, gotcha. This is where you start to look for things that offset that. Put it this way, architect. The city is always probably offering something that's going to offset that. If they really want to get away, the only thing that's going to offset that is some kind of tax benefit, some kind of taxes to invest in. So, and the only thing that can reduce your taxes is the city, state, or federal, whatever, however that works. No, most likely city. Yeah. Yeah. The only people, listen, the only people that can reduce their taxes are people who are not in debt. People in debt, listen closely. People in debt cannot reduce their taxes. Cannot. Why not? Because they have no money to do it. You have to have a vehicle to be able to do it. So 401k is a vehicle to reduce your taxes. HSA, created by the government, a vehicle to reduce your taxes. And in order to do that, you have to have money to put in it. That's the only way. That's the only way to do it. Debt slaves have no money, so they can't. Happy New Year, LJ. All the best for you in 24. Thank you, sir. And the same to you. Same to you all. It's already started now. 6 cents is I was prepared for that. I was prepared for 6 cents. Prepared. SMD was most definitely a big part of that. The SMD family, SMD support, behind the scenes, SMD family members that I've gotten close to. This right here is going to change the game for me. Change the game for, I always been put it this way, and I'm gonna get out of here. I've always told SMD family members that one day SMD counselors are going to be needed. And you guys already know how rare SMD is. Do you know how much we're going to be able to charge for those services? Do you guys understand that? SMD family members are going to be able to make some serious money from SMD because they're going to be counselors, because they're going to be able to understand SMD, which very few do. SMD family members are all ages, male, female, black, white, Mexican, Chinese, whatever. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But when there are people that are getting out of debt and they're going to need some SMD type counseling, most of those people are going to want to connect with their people of their own age, race, because you got to remember, debt slaves think it has something to do with that age, race, where you're from, whatever. We're going to accommodate that illusion. It doesn't matter, because they're going to be SMD family members from everywhere. Then we'll just connect the two. Connect. You guys are going to be making so much money from just being an SMD counselor. So much money, because I can't do it all by myself. Here, let me find it real quick, and I'm gonna post it here. 1 second here. Oops, YouTube. Okay. Thank you for even saying that, to tell you the truth, because I should have had it, but I'm gonna put it in the I will put it in the details. Sorry about that. Oops, come on now. All right, here we go. Found it there. All right. How do I share this? Oh, duh. All right, I'm gonna post it here real quick. All right, there goes the new channel. Now that's a different LJ over there, another side of LJ, what I went through personally. But I want you guys to understand, without what I went through, if I didn't go through what I went through, the 6 cents channel wouldn't have been born, because I would have known no content to put on that channel. It's like, I want SMD families to SMD family members to understand. It's like SMD. You know how we speak a certain language here. You know, debt is psychological, blah blah blah. How we talk. This is the same way, but different. It's a different language there. Debt slaves don't know that they're debt slaves on 6 cents. Narcissists don't know that they're narcissists. They don't know that. They don't know, because they don't have the ability of self-reflection. Same thing with debt slaves. Debt slaves have to self-reflect to say, I'm in debt. I don't own anything. No, I can't buy a house with a mortgage. No, I can't buy a car with a car loan. No, I can't invest with it. They have to accept that. Until they do, they're going to remain a debt slave. Same thing with narcissists. And the 6 cents channel connects with more people, because more people are involved with narcissists, which is a very horrible experience. Horrible. Absolutely, unbelievably horrible. I don't wish that on my worst enemy. Sure don't. It has nothing, and I'm going to get off of it. It has nothing to do with where you look, what school you went to, how much money you make, if you're black, white, if you're a tough guy, alpha male, and this and that. It has nothing to do with any of that. Nothing. If you don't know, if you've never been in a narcissistic relationship, you don't know what trauma bond is or nothing. I don't wish that on you. I don't. So I'm on that channel is going to help multiple people. Help people identify narcissists so they don't experience it. Help the people that are in it that don't know they're in it, because when you're in a trauma bonded narcissistic relationship, you don't know that you're in it because you don't know that it exists. And then what happens when you get out of it, go no contact, and you get to this level where I'm at to be here? It takes everything, because millions of people don't make it here. Millions of people, millions. Okay. Thank you, sir. Much appreciated. American, what do you say? Aboriginal American. Did you see did you get to the link? The link take you to it? And all the people that may be looking for it, I set the 6 Cents channel link in the chat. Yeah, architect, just change the way you're thinking. Right now, you're ahead of millions of people financially. You got to really start to embrace that, let go of the past stuff of survival, struggle, live below your means, and all that stuff. Those are words for debt slaves. Okay, they talk like that. Okay, you don't have to talk like that no more. All right, well, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up here. Thank you everyone for showing up today. Much appreciated. And like I said, check out the channel. Much appreciated. Oh, what's up, Nisha? Oh, okay. How you doing? Happy New Year to you as well. 2024, huh? 2024. All right. You guys have a good one. Until next time, later.